Not much space left for a modular cargo port. I will show you how we can squeeze in a realistic and efficient cargo port in a very small area today in Cities Skylines. So welcome back to Chaos Hills. But before we dive into this, I will go back a few weeks. I asked you what we could build in the other city of Carson next to our Wendy's in this gap, and I got some nice answers. And Joy Goodlow came up with the idea for a car wash between the Wendy's and the other restaurant. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for the other suggestions. We had some great ideas for this space. But I think the car wash is a nice idea. I never built a car wash. And we want to build a car wash consisting out of these self car washing spaces where you do it yourself. So let's see what we can do. Let's maybe work with those carports, and then we detail up around these carports a little bit. Want to make it a little bit more detailed. Well, I want to build my custom sign as well. And yeah, we just pretend you can wash your car underneath those carports. So let's detail up this main area. Let's add some vending machines here and there. Let's add some bushes. And of course, we need to go in with a lot of decal. We can use the wet decals, the wet leaks, makes absolutely sense. And then we can add some cars, add some people who are here to wash their cars. And this is a quick build, and I think it fills into space pretty good. What do you think about car wash? Especially you, Joy Goodlow, thank you again for the comment. And I think this is fine. Car wash is good. The last thing I want to do, use the Sport Park side and modify it with the Ride Everywhere mod. And yeah, we just want to add a white underground surface and then add car wash as a lettering on top of it. And this is all we want to do with the sign. And if you want to learn how to make signs, I have some tutorials on my channel as well. So check them out if you want. All right, let's see what we can do. Maybe a nice blue for the lettering, and we just name it simply car wash. Bring it into the right position and the right size, and this is it. This is our car wash. There we go. And now we can continue and go to our main project today, the modular cargo port. There it is. This is our tiny gap we want to work with, and I think we can make it work. Let's do this. And you know, I have to admit, I never played around with the modular cargo stuff. So let's see how it works. And yeah, we have to, of course, place this main entrance. And since it's a very small space, of course, we go with the small version of the entrance. And then we see what we can do. One-way roads maybe is the way to go. Let's add another entrance to the other side, if this is a thing. By the way, we have the fish factory nearby, some warehouses which are not functional, but yeah, we can pretend they are just storing some fish, of course. So let's see, and I think I'm doing it wrong maybe, because there's this weird symbol. The symbol tells me there's something wrong. What do you think? Let's try to fix it up. And okay, if I click on the main gate, oh, I get further buildings and I get side entrance as well. Okay, now I got it. Okay, we need a side entrance to the other side, so we only have one main entrance for the whole area. Then we can add, I guess, several side entrances and exits, of course. And now, yeah, everything seems all right. And then we can scroll through the buildings, see what we can do. And yeah, we can use those small buildings and just squeeze them here on the left side. We have those nice buildings, which I guess will hold some piles. And oh, look at this. I mean, this space is made for this warehouse, right? Yeah, we can fit it in here. And I want to add this crane and want to have a cargo ship connection, of course, to the harbor. So we have to go in and change up those roads a little bit so that they are part of this cargo harbor, which is not the easy thing, because we need to somehow find out how we add another entrance. So yeah, I think we have to redo this coastal road right here a little bit. So maybe if we do a little one-way road right here, or I don't know. No, let's do this again. Let's try again. Let's make another Yeah, let's connect those back. Let's connect those back. And then in the middle, we want to have a port road, a harbor road, because we want to add this crane right here. So let's try to add a little piece of road. Let's bring it up, we move it into the right position. Now we connect everything up. And we have 2 more side entrances and exits. And I think this is a start, right? This is a start, so they can enter and exit on several locations. And now we can add this crane. And already we can create immediately a ship line, a cargo ship connection. And yeah, since this terrain's looking a little bit weird, we just maybe work with some boulders. Yeah, maybe this is the way to go. So just hide this weird terrain right here. And then we can maybe work with some surfaces later. And look at this already. First vehicles coming in. And the first ship already is coming in as well. Oh, unloading some stuff. It's gone. That's cool. Have a good journey. And yeah, I think they're picking up the containers already. This is cool. So now let's add those pile assets right here. Sand pile stuff. I don't know really what it is. Yeah, something like this. Some cargo stuff, of course. We try to squeeze in as many buildings as we can. And after that, we of course go into detail and optimization. So this is not behaving the way I want it to behave. I think we have to add another road, a little side road, so we can make it work. The oil storage stuff right here. So there we go. Now it works. And then I want to maybe add this. There's a cafeteria right here. So of course we can add some containers. But this cafeteria I think is important for the employees. And now let's try to squeeze in those containers. And now we have all the buildings we want in the space. And of course, this is not done by any means. We want to go into detailing now. And we start with the middle part. We started with the warehouse, and you can see it's very busy. A lot of vehicles coming in and out. The forklifts and the trucks, and this is very cool to see. So I think it makes sense to add some trailers right here, add some trucks right here. We can adjust the angle a little bit because it's, yeah, that's makes it a little bit more of a challenge. Very, very hilly. Maybe you haven't noticed, but you can tell you I've noticed while building. It's a very hilly area we are working with. So, but yeah, we can kill it. And then of course a lot of dirt is, I think, a good idea. I mean, I put dirt everywhere in the city, but I think we can go a little bit crazy right here in terms of dirt and imperfections because a lot of dirty industry and cargo traffic. So I think it makes absolutely sense to have a ton of dirt and stains here everywhere. We can maybe recolor this roof. It's a little too white, too bright for my means. So let's do this. Yeah, this is better, I think. And now we go through with some prop works. We can add some forklifts, some containers. We just trying to fill the space. We can extend some surfaces, just step by step, make everything feel more realistic, more alive. So let's see what we can find in terms of decals and props and surfaces. Let's do this. And here at the entrance, maybe a good spot to add some service vehicles which are adjacent to the new cargo harbor, from police to some buses, maybe employee buses, collect the employees from their homes, bring them to the workplace. So this is the thing some companies do. For example, I know I live near a BMW factory and they have their own dedicated buses. They collect the people and bring them to their shift. So yeah, maybe this is what they do here at the cargo port as well. A very convenient thing for the people. And if you don't want to come in by company bus, you can of course park your car and charge your car, and then we can add a little bit of a parking lot for the employee cafeteria, and then we surround it with some stuff, with some bushes and shrubbery and all the good stuff, just to fill in the border of the cargo port. You can see a lot of vehicles coming out of this warehouse. I don't know if any vehicle is going in. They're just coming out. Maybe they're going in on the other side, right? This must be the answer to this. All right, let's add some grass and some dirt grass, some dry grass, I want to say. And I think it's coming together pretty good. Let's add some props here and there, some people here and there, just more or less some random stuff to make it look more interesting, more realistic, more alive. This is the goal. And maybe you leave a like here on this channel if you haven't already. Would be very nice. Maybe you hit the subscribe button as well, so you don't miss any more City Skylines and sometimes some other city building and management games as well. So yeah, thank you very much for doing this. And now we again go in with dirt, very heavy. And look at this, look at the amount of cars. I love to see how the truck traffic is going on here. It's not too busy, so don't have any backups, but it's busy. Look at this, I could watch this all day. It's so cool seeing all these vehicles doing the thing, right? Okay, now let's continue adding last bits and pieces. Maybe we can add a fence right here, of course, is a good idea. And again, a lot of detail work is needed. Alright, and of course we want to create our own sign. I got that creative and want to call it the Douglas Port, I think. Port Douglas? Yeah, let's call it Port Douglas. If you have any better name ideas, we can of course rename it. But Douglas is the city name and this is the port. So this is my most creative idea, Port Douglas. So let's create a nice big sign. Maybe we make it, I don't know, kind of yellowy color, like the entrance, the gate building right there is yellow as well. Maybe this is a little bit of the Port Douglas company color, I don't know. Let's try it out. Let's find a nice yellow, and then we can maybe add a black frame around and add this Port Douglas lettering. Oops. And yeah, I think in the end it will be a nice big sign. Let's see what we can do. Okay, I think Port Douglas is more or less done. I just want to fill in one more space, which is next to Port Douglas here, next to the fish factory. I just want to continue the warehouse pattern, more warehouses around the fish factory. And maybe we can add some boats here. So just some more bits and pieces in terms of detailing is maybe the way to go. So I love to see this. We have a lot of ship traffic here. We have the fisher boats, we have the big cargo ships, we have the ferry as well. So lots going on, which I love to see. And this is our port, very busy and very detailed. It's functional. We squeezed it all in we possibly could. I hope you like it, and I hope I see you back here in the next episode of Cities Skylines 2, where we want to build, I think the main train station is the next project in our city. A big train station, very custom, very detailed. So make sure you be back here next episode. Have a good one. I'm Chaos Fun. Bye bye.